Greetings, Commanders! It's Ryant1UM here, and today we are back once again in Stellaris Console Edition with the Abomination Imperium. Oh, that's right, you guys. So, the war is back on, and there's just been a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on with this stuff. So, we have all of our fleets ready to go. We've got over 600k worth of fleet power. We're going to double up our fleets. We're going to send one of our fleets, or two of our fleets, I should say, down here to try and reclaim a lot of the territory for our parents. And then we're going to send the other two fleets over here to see if we can assist our parents with their fleets up here to kind of push back the Fexclenga regulators once again. So, that's exactly what we're going to go ahead and do. So we need to go ahead and group them up into... Oh my god, that is such a cluster screw of ships. I love it. So let's go and turn that on slow right there. And then let's have you move over to there. Let's have you move over to there. You... move over to there, and you move over to there. So we'll go ahead and get those guys moved on over there, and we'll see what each of the fleet compositions is made up of. In fact, that's good enough for me right there. So we have one fleet with 40 corvettes and 25 battleships. We have one with 30 battleships, one with 50 destroyers and 140 corvettes, and then 50 cruisers and 40 corvettes. So I'm thinking we need to have this follow that. In fact, you can just go ahead and do that now, because this one has no Corvette escort. So I think if we have the destroyers and the Corvettes with the battleships, then both of these should be fine, because this one has 40 Corvettes in it, and this one has 40 Corvettes in it, but this one also has cruisers. So we're going to go ahead and have the cruiser one follow this battleship fleet right here. Make sure that it's following that. There we go. That way, we know which fleet is following which fleet, and they can be comfortable like that. But let's see. So the 134 is following the 150, and the 130 is following the 159. Okay, cool. And there's more refugees coming into our space. So let's just double check, make sure this is the one following Intention Throng, and that one's following Principal Throng. Okay, so let's go ahead and send this one, which is made up of 25 battleships, 40 corvettes, on over to here to assist our lovely parents. And then you guys, we will send all the way down to here to try and have them take out all of these places down here. Alright, let's start her up. Okay, so battle update. We've now cleaved the massive hole that was in the Virulent Fanatics. We've now taken it back from the Fexclenga regulators, and right now we're in the process of mobilizing yet another fleet of battleships and cruisers. It's our balanced fleet. So it's got 15 battleships, cruisers, destroyers, and then 30 corvettes. It's actually like the most balanced fleet that we could possibly have. But honestly, that would be the scariest one to come across, because not only would you have to deal with the battleships, but you'd also have to deal with the swarm of corvettes and the cruisers with all the strike craft and everything like that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. But we're taking back this section of space, and we're just kind of getting all of this stuff mopped up down here. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to stop their ability to reinforce over on this left-hand side of the galaxy, so that we can regain our foothold and actually push them this way, and just kind of protect the one choke point that was here. Because the way they got here was through a wormhole. There's a wormhole that leads somewhere through here. It could even be this spot right down here. And it could also be this one right here. And that might be able to get us into their space. It could also even be this one right here. So there were plenty of ways for them to come through and start screwing things up. But this is exactly what we're here for. And we're here to do this. So we're just going to start, jump driving some stuff guys around, or some guys around, getting everything like that all set up. Even if they take a movement speed and a damage penalty by jump driving, we're still going to be just fine because of that extra 33% damage against Awakened Empires. We're going to be just fine. And that little tiny fleet was what we lost, but that is A-okay, because we don't really care about that. But we've pretty much taken back all of the territory that we lost yesterday, and now we're going to start pushing against them this way. And then we'll have to take out the Great Ur Empire and the Union of Ikara as well, but that's for a little bit longer, or that's for in a little while. So, just because we're super rich in alloys, we are making the Strategic Coordination Center and the Science Nexus pretty much the only megastructures that we have access to, with the exception of the Mega Art Installation and the Interstellar Assembly. Oh, but wait, we can do the Mega Shipyard? Oh, I totally forgot about that. I forgot that wasn't locked behind the Mega Engineering, or the Galactic Wonders perk. Oh shit, we should have totally built that first. But we have now become the penultimate power, or the ultimate power in the galaxy, and that's honestly kind of nice. And there's a Strategic Coordination Center right there. That's kind of cool. So we found how they got over here, right through this wormhole right here, and they have a science nexus in this system. Wouldn't it be a shame if we jumped through that system and took their science nexus from them? So it was definitely at least this one is how they came through. And I don't know if they have any other wormholes in their space. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, that was the exact way that they came into our space. So we're going to return the favor, and we're going to go through their space in that system. So we're going to send these guys right through there, right over into this system of Propus.
Hostile Xeno fleet detected.
And let's take this bad boy out, shall we?
We have mastered a new technology.
Let's just go ahead and hop through this lovely wormhole right here. Possibly? Yeah, there they are. There they are. Hello! Can I please have your science nexus? Thanks. Actually, it looks like we gave it to the Verillion Fanatic, so you're welcome. You're welcome, you're welcome. Also, just for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and take out the the Screvian corporate holdings. How dare you think you're better than me, Screvians? Alright, so things are looking good over here on the warfront. We've cleaved them from this section over here. Our parents are now more focused on offensive rather than defensive stuff, which is good. And we're slowly but surely winning. Granted, our economy is, or our starbases and our fleets, they're looking pretty bad. Our starbase upkeep is plus 150% because of all the other starbases that we've gotten. So that's unfortunate. But we're now beginning to go into the offensive tech, and we're getting it done super quickly. Many percentages being done every single year, and I'm very happy about that. We're not even talking to the Shroud, because truthfully, we're better than the Shroud. So the Fex Klinga regulators are now becoming nothing. In fact, they are inferior to me, which is a really good feeling. Also, our fleets, they're just insanely powerful. The fact that we are equivalent with our parents, although they are superior to us with fleet power, but that's mainly because they have a couple fleets rolling around here with over 250k fleet power. So yeah, that's a bit much. But when we were at full strength, we had close to, I mean, probably 750k, maybe a million. That might be pushing it. Maybe a million fleet power, but it's honestly kind of shocking to see just how far we've come with the Abomination Imperium, because we were not doing well there for a little bit. In fact, I was really doubting our ability to come back from this entire thing, but turns out those doubts were unsubstantiated, so and unnecessary, because we really decided to come back. And come back did we. Holy crap. So the Fex Klinga, yeah, they're pretty much almost gone. Our economy is just exploding. It's insane. The only thing we're at a loss of is consumer goods, which, let's be honest, everyone is always at a loss for consumer goods. But to put this into perspective, this whole area was at once a gigantic battleground, but now, no longer. And we actually own the Font of Knowledge, but...
we have mastered a new technology.
Oh, that's interesting. Why are there still problems on this planet? That's odd. Huh. We have mob rule and stuff, but honestly everything's fine on that planet. We have 78% stability, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. But we're continuing to push them up through here. Once we take out all of their stations, they should not be able to reinforce any of their fleets. And then we can just focus on the Union of Ikara and the Great Yaru Empire, the final two empires in the galaxy. Now, it's funny, my original plan for this empire was to vassalize everyone underneath of our overlord. However, our overlord kind of took that a little bit too seriously and decided to turn everybody into them, So that's a-okay, you know? As long as the whole entire galaxy is one color, we'll be totally fine. And it's getting there. It's totally getting there. Let me tell you, it's systems like Karzu that I wish we had the thing from Nemesis, the Star Eaters, because I would just one-tap this system and be completely fine. They would lose every single planet in this system, and we wouldn't have to, one, either individually Colossus them, or two, individually invade them. Just being able to wipe out an entire system is so nice, and God, I hope we have Nemesis soon on Xbox. It's one thing to destroy planets, it's an entirely different animal to just wipe a star from the galaxy. It's insane. But okay, it looks like we're actually beginning to push into the Union of Ikara to get to the rest of the Fexklanga down here. And then instead of building the Science Nexus, I'm actually building up the Mega Shipyard. Because ships, sure, why not? Honestly, we could probably let our parents take the rest of this war in heaven and just chill out. But, I say that, but now it looks like the Great Euro Empire slipped through our bounds. Well, we can't have that now, can we? But that's okay. They won't be they won't be around long enough to do any problems or do any situations. But things are going very well here on the war front. And we can go ahead and do that, and that, and that, and that. Perfect. Also, if you're wondering why I'm not really micromanaging any of my worlds, it's because everyone has social welfare. So the happiness is going to stay the same, regardless of if it's overpopulated or not. I mean, look at this shit. 81% stability, but we have 14 unemployed and no new places to live. It's honestly kind of silly. Well, I do believe we've beaten back the Fexklanga to the point where they cannot reinforce, which is great. As you can see, we've pretty much purged them from the galaxy at this moment, and the only problems that we're running into are we just can't cover every single section of space. That's the problem. The Great Euro Empire and the Union of Ikara, they're just all over the damn place, and it's getting kind of frustrating. Because we'll take some space, then they'll take it right back. Then we'll take that space, then we'll take it right back.
We have mastered a new technology.
And I think it's because they just have so many annoying little fleets out there that I just didn't have enough fleet power or fleets in general to kind of patrol the rest of the galaxy. So that's kind of what we're running into at the moment. But tech is kind of insane. We're now doing it within 13 months, which is great. It was a lot lower then, but because of our abysmal planets at the moment, I believe it's because we're not creating any new jobs is why that's happening. We've finally broken below 1,000 energy income, and that's because we're paying an extra 175% for our damn star bases. But I do believe that we're going to have to end the episode once again here, with the next episode maybe being the last episode of the playthrough. I will be sitting here for as long as it takes to get these guys gone, and then we'll go from there, and we'll decide on what the next playthrough will be. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, this has been Commander Ryan Team, signing off.